Welcome back to AC Ashford Podcast. My name's Joe Maher and I am the club chairman. Today I'm joined by a special guest of ours, Liam Smith, first team manager of AC Ashford. Welcome, Liam.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the stuff, talk to me about yesterday. We had Billies Cup yesterday at the Julie Rowe Stadium. Went absolutely fantastic for me. I want to know your thoughts and what you thought of it.
Well, an amazing day to start with, to raise so much money for such a brave little girl. I had Gary on my team, and obviously we let him take a pen near the end. And I know he fluffed it, but it's one of the highlights of the day.
No, it's fantastic.
I don't know about you, but I thought we had a few players that haven't played in years, and even a couple of sponsors played, and they was worried about the weather in the morning. We see some fantastic goals as well, which I think was the highlight of the day, really.
No, definitely. Well, even I'll be honest with you, a couple of the older players that were there, vets, they're old enough to be vets. I did tap them up yesterday afternoon.
Well, I had one player text me this morning and said, thanks for organising yesterday or being a part of it, but he now can't walk. So.
Oh, bless him. No,
don't forget to be going to work Tuesday after the bank holiday.
That's all right. He can have a day or two to recover. Like I said, fantastic. We had some young players in there, under 18s. We had some of the first team. We had some of the Sunday team. And we had some of the vets players that are going to be playing for us next season.
Yeah, and even around the crowd as well. After the game, me and my missus went and got some donuts from the stalls, a little guy on a little train ride and stuff, just having a little muck around, playing the old Bob in the Apple and stuff. So just had a really, really good laugh. Drunk way too much Stella, but that's one of them things, isn't it?
Listen, I'd like to say, I think Phoebe bought her stalls up there. The donuts, unbelievable.
Yeah, I had about 10. I think I've overeaten them. I've got a sweet tooth, it is, and I think I probably shouldn't have eaten that many, really. But
that's fine.
Oh, well.
What about the raffle? Because obviously the raffle, we had some amazing donations from different companies from around Ashford. There's about 30 prizes there.
Yeah, I think we got 34 prizes in total, and we had three auctioned off. I think we raised about £2,000 in the end, give or take. But I won the Ripley's Garden Centre, but I ain't got a garden, so I ended up giving it to Danny and Gary's, obviously the little Billy's parents. So.
No, that's really
there were some great prizes, some great donations, and I really wanted that flight one, but I missed out on that one.
No. I think one of our other sponsors won that league.
Yeah, I don't want to drop Lee in it, but Lee did win that one, I think. I don't know what the amount was for, but he won that,
Was it 180 quid?
That's what I mean, that's great, isn't it? So.
Fantastic, really, really good. Well, I'll say, year in, year out now, we're going to be going for this cup. Same again, Ronald McDonald charity.
But charity. I'm not in the same team as I had yesterday. I had some shocking players yesterday. I had one or two could barely even run, let alone play football.
I think even with a goal from the halfway line, I think that was quite special.
Yeah, so my mate James Rogers, who was obviously, he's played high level football, loved that young goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I've been giving him grief this morning about it, but just good banter, really.
No, it's all good. So like I say, I think going forward though, year in, year out, we will be doing this cup for Ronald McDonald's House Charity and Sands Charity.
Yeah, if we get the word out a bit more, we invite some other players in from different football clubs and maybe...
Essentially high level players.
Yeah, like high folks and Lead Ashford, obviously a lot higher than ourselves. We can try and invite them and then get them back to the boozer. I think there must have been over 100 people in that booze yesterday doing the auction and the raffle and, watching the old playoff final and all. And people having the crack, people not being able to walk and doing their cuts. Some people still wearing the kit, not even showered.
I see someone that came in to do his laces up yesterday because he couldn't bend over his hamstrings.
Well, rumour has it the geezer that got man of the match yesterday, he's still out on the beer today, so I think he's still celebrating just how much it means to him.
Well, that's really, really good. Well, listen, like I say, yesterday, absolutely fantastic. Really happy with the turnout.
Yeah.
Really happy with everyone. Really grateful for the girls with Anita, Amy and Tracy, who done absolutely fantastic for us yesterday. So I just want to say a big thanks to them girls.
Yeah, they've done really well. But I was a bit disappointed because Amy had a few bits to do after the charity day, so she didn't get a thank you at the pub, which we just spoke about on the way in the motor. But Amy's got us raffle prize. She helped set things up. We had players doing the pitch on Friday night, giving up their own time. I think there's people up there now taking the nets down and have a little sweep up and stuff, like a real community. So it's good to see.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Karen from the Julie Rose, she was really happy with yesterday. And like we said, we're going to be talking about the future.
We are. Yeah. Hopefully we can have a long-standing relationship with them.
Yeah, definitely. And let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'd be the way forward, wouldn't it?
100%. Well, I suppose that's sort of wrapped it up for me yesterday.
Yeah, did you speak to Billy's parents at the end? Was they happy with the day?
Oh my God,
I think I was a little bit overwhelmed at one point. Yeah. Having a little sing-song and that.
I had a little photo with Billy as well, and it was, to be honest, I was quite nervous because I haven't held a baby for a long time.
No.
But it was... it sort of melted. It definitely melted me.
Yeah, she had that little machine on. She had the biggest smile I've ever seen. I thought if she can smile with all she's going through, why can't we all crack on?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
No, definitely. Well, so moving on, Liv, can you tell me, first of all, I want to know a bit about you and your background.
Well, I'm 37 years of age now. I've been a manager in football since I was about 25, 26. I've always played for good sides when I was younger, but I was always bang average, really. But I played for good sides because of the people I knew.
Yeah.
And my dad was been involved in semi-pro football for a long time, my brother Ryan and my brother Craig. So I got into it through sort of the family, should I say.
Well, so, yeah. Well, I understand it, yeah.
Yeah, and then I've always enjoyed the analysis of football and wanted to make people smile through like sport, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like creating memories through pictures and through the sport we love, or, you know, being with family and friends on a daily basis or a weekly basis like we do. And I was lib manager for a while, but I was going through a hard time personally, so I ended up resigning, and I didn't really get another manager job until this opportunity. I've been doing my Sunday league for 13 years now, which I give up this season to concentrate on Skippers FC, or now AC Ashford. Yeah. And I really want to try and take this off and try and make it grow, really. It just shows the sponsors and the people that are helping us. And when I first got offered this opportunity, I rang my best mate, Dave, and I said, "Don't you fancy it? We're doing it together." And we've been doing it ever since. My second call was to his son, who's always been stood by my side, made him captain straight away. Yeah. Not just because he's my mate. No, he's a real leader of men, and if I could get him, then other people would sort of follow. So I rang George. His name's George Maher, made him captain. Other players were like, well, they've got George. Why don't we go sign for them? They dropped down a few leagues because they trust in what I'm trying to do or we're trying to do. And yeah, it's really good. And the cup final, I think I've cried 3 times before the game, 1 time after. I think I had champagne in my eyes more than one occasion. Yeah. My missus crying down the phone to me because she was on holiday. She missed the second cup final. She was on her holidays, but obviously it's already booked, so it's one of them things. But she was on the phone crying, saying she's proud of me, and you know, it's just little things. You create memories that will last a lifetime. No,
definitely. Listen, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, listen, I'm there literally on a weekly basis with all the teams that we got.
I know, you text me every day.
I know. Well, this is it. We've got to keep it going.
Yeah.
But the way I see it, you've been promoted. You went from Kent County Div 2 East.
Yep.
So now we're in Kent County Div 1.
Yep.
You smashed it in the Lecky Family Cup final, won that 6-3.
Yeah, well, there's 42 teams in that competition because it's all 3 Division 2 sides, and we ended up getting to the final against a really fancy team called Revo. We was 1-0 up, as you know, and then went 3-1 down. A lot of sides would have folded and lost sort of 5-6-1, but we managed to get it back to 3-3 with important subs coming off the bench and scoring the goals. No, obviously, they was disappointed to be sub, but they come on and made a big difference. And managed to win 6-3 in extra time. I think it was 5-3 at the first half extra time. Then we scored again in the second half. And yeah,
it was all free. It was all free in the first half.
All free, yeah. Like I say,
it's unbelievable. It
was just a massive turnaround. And apart from our change room, everyone thought we'd get beat that day. And to go 3-1 down and do things the hard way as always. Yeah. It's our way of doing things, but we managed to get over the line.
No, definitely. I understand what you're saying about the Revo, FC Revo. They're absolutely fantastic. It was lucky me and Dave went up and watched their final.
Yeah, well, we've had them watched twice. We've had people tell us how good they are and what they're good at. I'm sure they've had enough respect to get us watched, and but there was cracking lads after. I was talking to the captain after for a minute or so. He was saying, yeah, you fully deserve to win. I did start following him on Twitter and stuff, see if I can have a conversation, try and nick him over here, but he's obviously their captain for a reason, so, but it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek, really.
No, fantastic. No, it's a really good game. Absolutely fantastic game. Looking back this season then, what is your highlights of the season? Because obviously there's been a couple of lows, I ain't going to lie. It was first year, 10 months in, brand new team stuck together. What was your highlights of this season?
Well, I take things very personally. And I do struggle with self-confidence, believe it or not, even though I am tall and a big character. But I've had some real lows, but I've had some real highs as well. In pre-season, I think we struggled to get a side for Minster away down in Sandwich. Yeah. Ended up leaving the kit there. Yeah, we bought a new kit and left it down there. And we went to our next game to without a kit, and I was like, well, you left it in Ramsgate. Yeah. So we had a bit of panic about that. And I was thinking, what have I done? Why have I taken this job? Is it too big for me and stuff? And I had some real highs, like winning both finals. Obviously, they stand out massively, but beating our local rivals, Boca, are a fantastic side. They won our league, and just managed to overcome things that are, a massive hurdle, but sticking together and, overcoming these things just shows what we're about, really.
No, definitely. No, I think going forward then, what's your sort of vision? Obviously, as a club, our vision is to go as far as we can.
Yeah, so what's your vision? I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I'm not stopping at Division 1. I'm already on the phone to players trying to get them in to improve our side. Already having conversations trying to keep the players we have got, because other clubs do want them, and rightly so. Yeah. like Tony Opolupo. I can't pronounce his
Lady
surname.
Pupo.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his surname, but
Irish Tony.
He's the best player in the division in my eyes. He got the trophy yesterday, even though he was an hour late because he went to Nando's. But yeah,
that's Tony.
Just that sort of thing. Like the texts are going around already saying, "Are you staying? Do you want to stick with us?" And we're going to try and get through Division 1 again next year and try and keep growing the crowds as well, which bring more revenue to the football club.
No, definitely.
Try and make our small little weird community even bigger.
No, definitely. Well, while talking about presentations, I wouldn't mind to talk about that because obviously after our event yesterday, we all ended up back at the Alfred Arms.
Yeah, so the Alfred Arms, one of our main sponsors, we go back there most Saturdays after our game, obviously, or before the game to meet up, have a cup of coffee and whatnot. Some people who come watch, have a few beers, and they support us all season. So at least we can do is put a bit of revenue behind their bar and, have a good crack. Like I say, we've done the presentation for little Billy and her parents. Then we've done our awards, and some people were made up because they won one. Some people were disappointed because they didn't win one.
Yeah, I'll get that.
There was far too much beer drunk. People were playing darts. People were playing pools, having a conversation about life. Yeah. Like I say, the geezer who got man of the match, I won't mention their names, is still celebrating today with a few pints on his bank holiday. So fair play to him.
While we're talking about that as well, just sort of name off the people that won the awards because obviously there's some good awards there.
So we have a lady called Sarah Mab, Dave's wife, who washes the kit, which is not an easy job to do. So we give her a little present at the NGSC, say thank you. We've got a young lady called Chloe Ellis, which is George's wife, which we gave her a little thank you as well. She does all our social medias and helps you do the Facebook and the Twitters, and I don't really, I don't like all that stuff or whatever it's called, but I'm not quite technology clued up like you are, but so we've done a little thank you for them. Then we give out 5 main awards. You won Clubman of the Year. Everything you do for our football club.
I didn't see that coming, to be honest.
Well, we spoke about it in the week, and I weren't too sure about it myself. I thought I might give it to me, but I ended up giving it to you in the end. But just a little token of our appreciation, And you like to give everyone an award, but they wouldn't mean as much. So if you give out 4 or 5, you go, well, you're the 5 stars, you deserve this. The main awards, the players' player, voted for by your peers, like people you're in the trenches with week in, week out. You're in the rain down Lidge, you're in the sunshine at Stanhope, you're having a beer together, or down Nando's like he was. He's like, we can't do the presentation because the main man ain't here yet. So that's just one of our weird things. So
and you did delay it. Delay as long as possible.
So we've got about 18 people that play for us week in, week out, and he got 12 votes out of the 18. So
it's fantastic.
A deserved winner.
Tony's unreal.
Yeah, very good player. But not very nice lad as well.
And obviously the other awards as well. Wouldn't mind you just going through them.
Yeah, so manager's player from myself and Dave was given to Jamie Hurst. He's our vice captain. So if our 2 captains can't play, he will wear the armband. He does all the finance committee as well. I think he's organised the end of the season trip. So I think we're going Benidorm now or Butlins or something. There's been about 10 places saying.
12. We've got 12 now.
Wherever I've got to be, I'll be there on that date. So he organised the fines. He leads on and off the pitch, and he's a real leader. So give him that. He had an operation Friday. I don't know if he told you.
I see it. Yeah,
I think he's told you about 10 times, milking it a little bit.
Yeah, he told me he's going to be back mid-August. Yeah,
but again, he dropped down a few levels to play for us. So
definitely,
it's him to manager's player. Top goal scorer was Ben Pilcher, as you know.
Without a doubt.
He got 26 goals in 24 matches, which is a great return. His left foot is one of the best I've seen around. Yeah. And he was doubted by a lot of people, but he's got a lot to show.
I think
he's got a few more gears yet.
I don't think he's got the confidence at the moment because he could do. The boy's unreal.
We believe in him though, so
100% we do believe in him. We know that he will get there. I think the next season, I think that's going to be Ben's season.
Yeah, and then obviously we do young player of the year. You've got to be below 23 to win the award, so we only have 3 or 4 players who could win it. But we had a little conversation on our little group chat, didn't we? Mickey Mab won it, Dave's son. Our youngest player, 20 years of age, just broke into the first team. Doesn't always start, great, can't defend, but he's got the best dead ball you probably see around. If he could defend, he'd be playing a lot higher.
Definitely, 100%. Well, to be fair, I'm glad he can't defend.
Exactly.
We won't have him, so
I'll make you right.
I'm glad with that. Well, Liam, I'd like to have a chat with you about what's coming up with the club. Obviously, we've got loads going on in the background. We're looking at new grounds. We're talking to new sponsors. I've had a hell of a lot of response, which we're getting to in a little bit about new sponsors that we've got coming in, etc., which is fantastic. We've got 4 new teams coming in a minute, maybe more. We're looking at 4 under 8s, youth, under 13s going into
vets as well, aren't we?
Yeah,
and reserves.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, we have got the vets and reserves, but the under 13s is going to go East Kent League.
Yep.
And the under 8s is going to go into the Saturday League. But we're looking at vets going Kent League, and the Saturday reserves, which would be good for your team, will be going into the Ashford District Premier League.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so that's where we are at the moment, just for 4 teams. But like I say, if there's more teams that want to come join us, we're more than happy.
Yeah, well, like I say, the growth of the football club is obviously going really quick. And
Yeah.
like you say, we're getting vets and younger sides. I think we've got a new manager for the under-13s as well, I believe.
Yeah, Phil.
Which is Phil Abbott, which is really good. He can watch the first team all the time. These young Alfie's a really good player, so we try and get him into the 13s as well with his dad. And
definitely. Just
keep growing and growing, really. We've got people who come watch us now. Now they're asking to leave their clubs like Maidstone and Tunbridge to come play for our little chip shop.
You wouldn't think it, would you?
No, exactly.
You wouldn't think it. But even with that, we got Neil Kirkin. Neil Kirkin's coming back. He was with me when we first set the club up.
Okay.
He's coming back now as the vets manager.
Yeah.
So, I'm really happy to get Neil back.
Oh, that'd be good.
Guy.
Yeah,
I mean, really good guy.
Knows quite a few people to get in as well, doesn't he? Players-wise.
No, definitely. Yeah. Well, listen, we're speaking to some of the old market boys. Some of your
you might be able to have a run out if you ask him.
I don't know about that. Maybe, yeah. 10 minutes that'd do me. The other one is Bobby Daniels coming into manage our under-8 side. I've been and seen a couple of his training sessions already with these young lads. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Bobby had a little run out for me yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, he seems like he really knows his stuff. He's very insightful and he wants to really get involved. And he come watch the first team cup final and he's talking about yesterday and what his plans are for his little side. And I said, when my time allows, I'll go watch his team to sort of repay the favour for the first team manager to watch the under-8s.
Well, he's literally doubling up on his training session now. He's doing that, I think, Tuesday and Thursday night over the ridge.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the group chats popping off in the week that apparently he's doing 2 days. So
one of my 20 group chats.
Yeah. Joe loves a group. You do love a group chat. I'll give you that.
I'll tell you, I've got a bit of an announcement. I don't think you've been told this yet. So me and Tim.
No, so I've had a little rumour through the grapevine. But you haven't really said.
Yeah, no. Basically, what it is, I've got 2 new sponsors just coming in since all the change of AC Ashford.
Yeah.
Obviously, these guys, both the guys actually realise how much work we're doing with charities and everything else. Which, by the looks of it, both of them are champions when it comes to this. I've got a local company called Landmax Plant and Transport Limited.
Okay.
Mark Maxon. Unbelievable guy. I've known him for years.
Yeah, they got a fantastic prize yesterday, I think.
You've done a plane.
Yeah, he did.
You've done a plane in the auction.
Yeah,
and also he did get me, I think it was, got us an Indian for 2.
Nice.
In white. Unbelievable. Listen, you don't have his own back, we didn't even ask him.
No, it's really nice.
Do you know what I mean? So, Mark, he's coming in, he's going to be sponsoring one of the rates.
Cool.
Good news for you, mate. We've got a guy called Pete Markey. He's going to be sponsoring the first team.
Fantastic.
New pink kit. Obviously, AC Ashford.
Yeah, we've got an obsession about this pink kit, haven't we? But yeah, I'll have to go over it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, we're keeping pink. That's it. We're keeping pink. There you go. So things do make the boys win. But now it's going to be pink kit. Also, we will be having, they've been really generous and they're supporting us with our social media coverage. So we'll be getting one of the new VO3s.
Yeah, so we film all the games and show the players what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong and stuff.
Training sessions, games, even social events.
Yeah, they're not cheap, are they? Let's face it.
No, they're not cheap. But listen, it's progression for the club, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's great news. So we can officially share that now, can we?
We can share that now. So
we just have, I think.
Yeah, well, it's live now. Yeah, so thank you, Pete. Really appreciate your support, and obviously supporting our vision with the club going forward. Pete's going to actually be joining me, which is fantastic. So I really appreciate that, Pete. He's going to be telling you more about his role with the charities that he's supporting, and also for our next year's charity, which is very appealing to Pete as well. And he's a big ambassador for it, for Mind, the charity Mind for mental health. So we're going to be talking about that on our next podcast, which is, to me, is unreal. So Liam, so obviously season's finished now.
Yeah,
Cup finals, league's done, charity game's done. What's next?
Well, obviously preparing for next season is obviously the key thing now. I think a couple of players need a few weeks off just to reset the legs and reset the brains, really.
Jamie Hurst.
Yeah, literally reset his leg at the operation on Friday, which he's been putting off for, I think, 6-7 months.
Yeah.
It's going to affect his personal life, so we wish him the best through that. I hope he recovers well and he comes back better than ever. But for us now, moving forward, we've probably got about 3-4 weeks off maybe. We'll enjoy our trip to Benidorm or wherever we end up going with our fines money. Then we're going to crack on. But this is just the start for AC Ashford. This is just the beginning. I'm not standing still. I'm always setting myself targets, and it's not just a cliche, but this is the beginning of our story. Just little helps of people like bringing Pete and Landmax and Alfred Arms, and we've got Hayes Travel through Claire and Lee Bullen. We've got Speedy Tyres, which is a local company, through Brian Mabb and Dan Russell. We've got people supporting us all over the shop at the minute.
Code Blue, Inox.
There's so many names. It's hard to keep up with them all. You can't actually thank them enough.
No, definitely not.
Just like I've got my medal on the cut one, I'll give it to young Alfie. He comes watch us every week. Now he's just signed for our under 13s. It's just little things like that. That's really highlights what we're trying to achieve here. And
no, definitely.
Like I say, we're going to enjoy Benidorm, and we won't tell too many stories from what goes on, but And we return pre-season, I think, 26th of June. So literally a month away from today, I believe, or tomorrow, whatever the date may be. And we'll crack on, try and get bigger crowds and bigger games, and try and drink too many sellers again, and just create more memories, really.
No, definitely. No, it's really good, mate. Well, that's all from us today. I'd like to thank Liam for coming along.
Thanks, mate.
Really appreciate it. Listen,
It wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it's good. No, listen, it's second one in for me. So as far as I'm concerned, it's getting easier. Yeah. Hopefully the next one I won't stumble as much.
No, you'll be right, mate.
Never get there. But no, like I say, big thanks for yesterday. Billies Cup, absolutely fantastic. We raised some great money for the charities. Ronald McDonald House, Sands. There's a lot of kids there, face paint and everything. They all had a good time. Absolutely fantastic game. Some really good people there. So really, really pleased. And like I say, Julie Rose as well. Really appreciate your support.
Great host.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just hope we left it there tidy enough for you.
Yeah.
So, many thanks. Well, first of all, guys, I'd like to close this out by saying our Skippers FC social media coverage is stopped now. Everything's going to be on AC Ashford. So going forward, you'd like to follow us on our journey. Keep up really with the updates, new players coming in, games coming up, etc. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, and obviously our YouTube channel, where all our games will be going live on, as well as our podcast.
So what is the place for now? Is it at AC Ashford or acashford.com? Or?
No, just AC Ashford. Type in AC Ashford, look for
the pink badge.
Pink and blue badge, and we're there.
Okay, cool.
That's it. Listen, we're really happy with everything that we've done, so really good. So, Liam, I'd like to take this opportunity. Thank you.
No, thank you, mate. I enjoyed it, to be fair.
No, listen, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different,
You know what I mean? But we'll get there.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
All right, thank you, guys.